Hi, I'm Christina Fast, and I am honored to speak here at this conference. I would like to share some stories about my life with you all. I want my voice to be heard. In 1992, when my mom was pregnant with my brother, she was not offered an option of abortion at any point during her pregnancy. 2 years later, when she was pregnant with me, the same doctor offered diagnostic testing to be done during her pregnancy. My mom was very naive, and she asked the doctor, how would this help my baby? So the doctor explained that she could avoid or go for counseling. Of course, my mom knew that abortion wasn't going to happen for this baby. My mom and dad wouldn't kill a life. My mom didn't go for the test because they wanted a happy, pregnant body for the growing baby, me. So here I am today, all grown up into a beautiful young lady who's very good looking and won over Matthew Gregory's eyes. I was asked to share some of my experiences with doctors. I have lots of incredible doctor stories. You guys rock. I only have one bad story. Let's get over with already. I was tested for hearing loss as a baby. The person who read the results warned my parents that I was hearing impaired and would need 2 hearing aids. The doctor who reviewed the results said no. The doctor assumed it was fluid in my ears and did no further investigation. My parents trusted that doctor. My parents found out 2 years later after they asked for a second opinion that I need 2 hearing aids. They also learned that other kids with learning disabilities had been dismissed instead of the proper care by the same doctor. My hearing aids are part of me now. I'm so used to wearing them. Now on to the good doctor stories. When I was 2.5 years old, I had a cyst on my eyelid. We had an incredible doctor who explained how he would cut the eyelid so that when I grew up, the skyline would be at the crease on my eyelid. He knew as a doctor that I would care about this as a pretty young lady, wouldn't want a scar showing if it didn't need to. Wasn't that thoughtful and kind? He looked into the future and saw a young woman, not the toddler with a disability. Soon after this, I had a bad tumble down a full length of stairs. My older brother was only 5 years old at the time. He watched me go bump, bump, bump down the stairs and then somersault the rest of the stairs. For some odd reason, he thought it was hilarious. I probably looked like a cartoon. I still don't understand how he found it funny, but that was my brother. I was crying softly when my mom ran down and picked me up. My mom got me to calm down quickly and carried me upstairs to eat lunch. After lunch, she tried to have me walk, but I crumpled to the ground and cried softly again. My mom called my dad at work. He took me to urgent care. The doctor explained that there didn't seem to be a problem, as I wasn't crying and didn't look like I was in pain, even when he moved my leg in all different directions. But he took his time. He decided to ask me to walk, but I crumpled and cried softly again. X-rays were done, and I was sent home with a full leg cast. It was definitely broken. He was a very kind doctor who went the extra mile, took his time, and got me the proper care. Time passed, and as a teenager, I had to have my wisdom teeth removed. I was very anxious the day I had my operation, and the nurses saw it. The nurse gave me a bottle of bubbles to blow while we waited. This helped me get my mind off of the scary unknown and onto the bubbles. What a great way to help slow down a person's breathing. We then had to walk down the hall to the operating room. As I walked, my energy was draining quickly. My mom could see it. But lo and behold, a young intern named Luke came walking. He was handsome, big smiles all around, and very high energy. He asked to escort me instead of the nurse we first had. He took my mind off of the operation. I then almost jumped onto the operating table. I then asked my mom while we were walking if we could stop and pray before the operation. My mom asked the doctors, and they said yes. They all stopped and stood back a bit as we prayed out loud in the hallway. a lot of respect was shown again. When I awoke from the operation, Luke came and gave me a paper tulip as it was Valentine's Day weekend. He went the extra mile too. Wow. I just have incredible stories of how amazing all of you medical doctors are. I've had amazing paramedic stories too. Since I struggle with high anxiety sometimes, I have panic attacks due to my anxiety and pass out if I am not with my parents. The ambulance gets called. When it does happen, the paramedics are always respectful, caring, and I love their sense of humor with me. I really appreciate that. I even have General Hospital emergency stories that are awesome. The emergency team at the General Hospital show respect, care, and I feel valued. They make sure I'm all right when these things happen. They take my health concerns seriously. They don't see disability. They see the person, me. My life is awesome and fun. I'm involved in a lot of different stuff around the community. I am part of the Special Olympics with 5-pin bowling and inner summer track and field. I love being part of this. I learn a lot when I'm in Special Olympics, with being a team member and how to treat others fairly. An added bonus is that is where I met my best friend Kelly Wilson and my boyfriend Matthew Gregory. He's very good looking and very independent. He lived with a friend for over a year now. He had 2 jobs. We've been together 2 amazing years already. We're doing amazing in our relationship. He really helps me with my high anxieties, and I support him in his. He really gets me, and I really get him. He's a keeper. Hi, babe. I go to my body fitness center in Orleans. I love working out. Everyone there treats me like I'm a valued member there. They all love me and care for me. I do everything there, plus taking a class on Fridays called Body Sculpt. I do 30 minutes of cardio, like bikes, treadmill, and Stairmaster, along with barbells and weight machines. My workouts really help me with my emotions and stress levels. Maybe this idea could help some of you. They help me to relax. When I'm working out, people that don't know me well sometimes come up to me and tell me that I'm an inspiration to them, as I work out so hard and so much. Wow, now that's a nice compliment. I am so super focused on working out though, that sometimes I jump when someone approaches me. I attend a church group called 7 Up. We have 7 people in the group, and we named it after the pop, 7 Up. Get it? Ha! We do a lot of different events out in the community. I love my group. It's once a week. My group always looks out for me every time we're downtown or anywhere really, and I help my friends too. I use my coping tools like breathing slowly or distracting my thoughts. Now, I want to share about my amazing counselor named Dr. Lees. I've seen her for years. At first, I went for counseling often. Then we were able to narrow it down to once every 2 months. My anxiety sometimes gets higher. Then I get more appointments, more coping tools, talk out my triggers, and it calms down. So we see Dr. Lees less often, until I need more. When I go and meet with Dr. Lees, I feel welcomed, loved, and very accepted. I feel that I can share a lot with her because I trust her very much. I can share how well I am doing with her and my achievements and also the hard stuff. I can happily report about how I'm using my coping ideas that we discussed. Dr. Lees really respects me as a person every time I see her for counseling. I adore her. She's really funny too. We know how to joke around. It's not a normal counseling session at all if we don't have laughter. When I am there, I like to comment on her slippers that she wears at her home office. Wherever you are, Dr. Lees, is that a secret of yours? I love you, Dr. Lees. I've spoken on Parliament Hill to members of Parliament, and you can find my video of that speech online. I've also spoken at a March for Life rally, which was held in Toronto for the first time. What an honor it was for me to be asked to speak there. I'm in high school for good. Do you know the character Joe from the book Little Women? I like quoting the line, "I rather earn myself and go to college." Don't worry, it's just the line from the book. So we do things at home called unschooling. That means training my brain in the comfort of my own home and out in the community too. I do a lot of home chores that build my independence. For example, do my own laundry, both the washing machine and the dryer. I also learned how to find and clean bathrooms and to vacuum. I like some cleaning, but not all of it. At least I'm being honest about it. I can cook and bake as well. I can make cakes, cookies, and muffins completely by myself. The measuring, the mixing, and the oven. I even surprised my dad's work with some of my baked goods. They love it, especially my dad. Now you're probably wondering, how do I get around? Mostly I take pair transport on my own. I can now take it everywhere. Yeah, I get a tad anxious, but I've gotten used to it. I take it to my gym 3 times a week, and to restaurants, the Canadian Tire Center, and other places too. The odd time, if I am with someone who can help me with my anxiety, I take the regular OC transport bus. I haven't attempted the LRT yet. I will. I have a bestie named Kelly Wilson. We do a lot of things together. We plan girl nights, go to Tim Hortons, and shopping. Our friendship is successful for me. She helps me with my anxiety. She has helped me grow in so many ways. I'm also an aunt. My older brother is married and has 2 adorable girls. I call them my monkeys because they literally climb all over me with our love. My parents and I attend the Life Center in Orleans. I just love my church. Everyone has really embraced me there and adored me to pieces. I have become friends with some of the pastors there. Their names are Pastor Lloyd and Pastor Rhonda. They get overly thrilled to see me every Sunday, and I get overly thrilled to see them. They love my hugs, and I love theirs. I get to see them on Thursdays too, doing my volunteer job. Thanks to these ladies, I have a volunteer job, doing odd jobs once a week. Some of the jobs have been putting paper holders on cups, cutting things out, and last week I helped assemble Samaritan Purse shoeboxes for a Christmas project for children in poor countries. I'm sure the church will find many different things for me to do. I do like working hard. Sure, having Down syndrome has challenges, but it never stops me. I've been stressed to do things that I never thought I would do before. I'm always growing and trying to become more independent. My mom has a special name for them. Tiptoe moments. Let me explain. As you can see, I'm short. Tiptoe moments are doing things that are hard for me or out of my comfort zone that help me to grow and stretch and stand taller. My mom thinks I actually look taller when I do something really new. I definitely stand taller inside. My confidence is much stronger, and I believe in myself much more. One of my tiptoe moments was learning to cook complete recipes on my own for my whole family. This was hard for me because I struggle with noise in general. It overwhelmed my anxiety. At first, I couldn't have more than one person in the kitchen. Too many people in the kitchen triggers my anxiety as well. I now can have more people in the kitchen as I've worked hard using my coping techniques. I was really scared to use the oven and stove too. With practice, I am slowly growing out of that fear. I can now make things like tacos from scratch on my own. So, why am I speaking about my life in spite of my high anxiety? Why am I being a voice for people with disabilities? A recent news article tells us that with the help of new early screening for Down syndrome, Iceland has almost 100% eliminated births of babies with Down syndrome. They are eliminating people. It is not just Iceland. Estimates say Canada aborts almost 90% of children with Down syndrome. That's almost 100%. People say they want abortion to be safe, legal, and rare. There's nothing safe about abortions for the babies in the womb. These are not potential human beings. These are human beings with great potential. We all deserve to be alive. My life is worth living. and so will the lives of the more than 4 million able and disabled babies that have been lost to abortion. These children are missing from our playgrounds, schools, gyms, churches, basically from our communities. Thank you for supporting children and vulnerable children who are in danger in what's to be the safest place, the womb. I would like to thank you all for always respecting life and helping people see the value of each and every life. Every life comes with its own challenges. Just because my challenges don't look like yours isn't a reason not to give us a chance. I love my life. I've been valued to people I meet, and I'm happy to be here surrounded by so many that are on the same page as I am. Life. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. You guys rock.